Hey guys, happy Sunday and welcome to yet another speed build. I hope you're all doing well. It's good to be back. I'm back in the speed build game. I feel like it's been a long time since I've done one. There was one up on Wednesday that I recorded ages ago when I first got early access to Tiny Living. So this one, has been this is the first big build I've done since Tiny Living came out. So welcome back, bigger builds again. It's nice to have them back, I think. It's a little bit of a shock to the system to do this one, but all good. It all turned out well, so we're okay. We can still do big builds. I hope you agree. But anyway, this build was a build that I wanted to do to celebrate you guys on console finally getting the gallery and being able to download all of the builds, the CC free builds that I've done already. So here's another one for you. This one does not include My First Pet stuff or the new pack Tiny Living, because I wanted you guys to be able to download it and use it straight away. Granted, the new Tiny Living pack is going to be out in is it out on the 5th? Is it out? I think it's out on the 5th, isn't it? It'll be out in 3 days time on the console, but until then, for 3 days you can use this and then you can downsize into one of my smaller builds. But yeah, this one is just to say welcome. Here we are. Let's celebrate. So yeah, this one is a kind of modern rustic farmhouse. I wanted to do something in the farmhouse style. It still is very much modern. The interior is modern. We are able to use the Moschino windows and everything to make it look modern. Sorry if you can hear outside, there's a helicopter being really loud. Still able to use the Moschino stuff. I've always I've seen a few people do it already, but I've wanted for a long time to use those Moschino windows for a farmhouse, like a modern one. I see lots of these floor plans. I forgot where I got this. This one, by the way, is based off a floor plan, but there seem to be a lot of the same style houses on this website, so I think probably they're all by the same designer. So yeah, I just wanted to use these Moschino windows. As I said, lots of the time there's just one element of a build I want to do, so I do a whole build because, I want to. So the whole reason behind this build, of course, was to say welcome to console players, but also because I wanted to use the Moschino windows for a modern farmhouse build. So I found the perfect floor plan to recreate to use on this one. And you'll see I'm starting here on, this is originally the Puppastone Park in Brindleton Bay, which I thought was the perfect setting for this one. It's a 40 by 30 lot here, and I actually end up moving it to a smaller lot down the street in Sable Square. It's the 30 by 30 lot that is opposite Brent and Brent's house, so you can plonk that right down there. 30 by 30. I was very much surprised with how much space I had left after I built this. I thought it was going to be a lot bigger. I do end up, I think, off camera getting rid of, when I move it to the next place, you'll see that I get rid of that second garage. There's an extra garage on the side. I get rid of it. And I also, I think, bring in everything just by one tile to make it a little bit less wide. Still, this is a wide build, great for playing in, can I just add? So you're welcome, but not so great for screenshots. And I always kind of tend to just build a build that I think is going to be great for playing. Of course, it's going to look good as well, but most of the time I don't really think about what it's going to look like in screenshots, which is kind of bad on my part because I need to sell it to you guys. But I think by now you know that my builds should be up to a certain standard, so hopefully you click on it even if the thumbnail isn't the greatest. But for new viewers, I promise that my builds are good to play in, okay? I promise. This one, I have actually play tested it. I'm going to admit, for a long while, I did not play test my builds. And with Tiny Living, I kind of now have got into the habit of play testing. I definitely wanted to play test with Tiny Living because, of course, the lots are so small and you're trying to cram a lot of things into a tiny space. But this one I play tested, I think I only had to change one thing after all the playtesting in this, so I was very happy that I did playtest it and everything. I definitely need to do that, I think, more with some of my Felix and CC builds, because I realised that sometimes the trim, for some reason the trim on the outside of the house means that your sim can't do anything on the inside. Like, it literally takes away the floor. It stops your sim registering the floor on the inside, which is really, really weird. I've never seen that before. And the footprint is not any bigger than like an in-game item, so I'm not too sure. But anyway, I've managed to keep into this build a lot of my decision making on the outside, so you can see all of my struggle bus ways when it came to the exterior and what wallpapers to use and all of that. So I've managed to keep all that in. I have cut out the floor plan, I have cut out the wallpapers and flooring on the interior, because if you have been watching my build club series, then you'll know that I take a long while to make decisions. So I normally cut that stuff out. So yeah, you'll just see me, I'm squidging in the house now. Oh, I kept all this in. I had no idea I did this before I moved it. I thought I did it afterwards, but yeah, we squished it all in a little bit. There's 4 bedrooms in this place, 4 bathrooms. The master bedroom is downstairs, and then we have 3 bedrooms upstairs. I've done it kind of for a teenage girl. It could be a boy or a girl for the kids' bedroom, and then I've also done a nursery, which of course you could quite easily just take out the bassinet and put in a toddler bed, and you'd have it for a toddler. So that is what I've done. But anyway, this week I still managed to keep up with my upload schedule, which I'm super proud of. If you knew what I had to do this. But I also told you guys on the community tab that I went away to Florence for a few days. I actually went with Felix, as in aka Felix and the Sims, the CC creator, and yeah, it was Florence from Monday to Thursday, so like 4 days. And Florence, I've never been before. In Italy, the only place I've ever been before is Rome. And when I went to Rome, let me tell you, I went to Rome quite a few years ago, I must say. And I think I went in May time, and for some reason I went in the middle of a heat wave where it was like 10 degrees warmer than it's supposed to be at that time of year. So when I went, it was like 36 degrees, and I was... let's put it this way. I was lucky that my clothes did not show sweat. That's all I'm going to say, because it was literally, you could just... I had a dress on, I think you could like squeeze it and wring out the sweat. It was that sweaty Betty moment. So I didn't have that great a time in Rome, I've got to say, because just the heat just took it away from me. But of course, the ruins and everything that you can see and all the sights you can see in Rome, of course, are amazing. But Florence, I did no research whatsoever. Of course, we all know the famous buildings that are in Florence. So I did a few little walking around kind of tours. Felix showed me some of the sights and things like that. And but we stayed in this amazing apartment that we found on Airbnb, and it had like fresco walls painted. It was absolutely stunning. I think Felix found it. I think we totally lucked out on that one, because Looking at other Airbnbs were not that nice, and I think we totally lucked out, and it was way cheaper than normal because it's the off season. So I think we got very lucky on that one. I think I'm gonna have to do a build inspired just by that apartment that we stayed in. And then all of the buildings that are in Florence are just stunning. We stayed right in the middle of the historical district, so it was just like build inspiration aplenty. Just walking around the corner to the supermarket was like super duper inspiring. So I'm definitely going to need to build some kind of Florence in the game. I'm thinking maybe like a mini Florence or something. I don't know. I'm not too sure. But the only thing is, Italian buildings are quite blocky. They are very much big, nice, huge square rooms, and so it would have to be quite a large build, some may say. So yeah, I just have to prepare myself to do that kind of build because I know it's going to be a big one and it's going to take a very long time. I do actually have a massive mansion that is still in development. Well, I'll say still in development. I haven't touched it for like, I don't know, 6 months or something. And that is an Italian build and it's just ginormous. It would be the biggest build I've ever done in my whole entire Sims life. So maybe I'll just try and work on that a little bit as like the weeks go on. I'll just try and do like, I don't know, an hour or so on it every once in a while when I get some spare time. So hopefully that one will one day be finished. But before then, probably we'll do like a nice little cute Florence build. I definitely want to go back again. Of course, it is January. Well, it was when I went, the end of January. And it's not exactly as warm as one would like. It was about 14 degrees Celsius. So it was double what it was here in London when I left. I think London was like 7 degrees. And in Florence, it was 14. So it did rain the first day though, but after that there was no more rain, so it was kind of cute. It was all lovely. I had a nice little walk along the river and everything. So yeah, cute. And I will most definitely be back to Florence when it's on the slightly warmer side, because I can only imagine it looks stunning in winter. I can only imagine what it looks like when like everything is green and filled in and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, if you live in Florence, you are very, very, very lucky. It is truly stunning, and I shall be back soon. Thinking of other places to like visit. I think we definitely want to go to Venice. Venice is definitely on the hit list. So hopefully something this year. I don't know. I really want to go to Japan as well. That is my kind of far distance proper holiday one is Japan. I have a friend that is hopefully going this year, so I'll just be just tagging along for that little journey, hopefully, fingers crossed. But yeah, anyway, back to this build instead of real life. But yeah, this week has been great. We're still keeping up now. We're actually back into our normal pattern of building and finishing builds right on the day that I need them. So I need to get ahead of my schedule again, because in February I'm gonna start building I'm gonna start creating CC for my Patreon. It's not going to be available on Patreon for a little while. I'm thinking probably not until May, but because I want to get a few sets completed before I start releasing content, because I kind of want to get ahead of the game. But yeah, so if you are somebody that supports me on Patreon already, I just have like a little $2 tier on Patreon that's a kind of like, hey, I like your content, I want to support you. I'm going to be exclusively showing like my work in progress over there on Patreon, just as a kind of thank you for supporting me and actually not wanting anything in return. So I will give you exclusive sneak peeks. You'll kind of come along with me on the journey on Patreon. So that is the only place that I'll be posting my work in progresses. So everything will be totally top secret. The guys over there already actually know what my first set is going to be, but yeah, so I'm just looking forward. I'm scared I'm not going to fit everything in. It's just always on the struggle bus, to be quite honest, when it's keeping up with YouTube and then you actually want to go somewhere. Like I went away for a few days and you're like, oh no, I've wrecked everything now. We're totally out of sync, but hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be back. Also, the bathroom early access has ended and the public release is going to be out in 3 days time on the 5th. So I am so excited for everyone to be able to access that. I have to quickly do a window add-on for the bathroom because, believe it or not, I've come up with a idea for another tiny living build. This was an idea I came up with before I even got my hands on the pack, and it was CC filled. So I need to do an add-on for the windows in the bathroom so that I can build this one tiny living house. And I need to find the time to do that. So in the next 3 days, I have to do a whole new set of windows to add into the bathroom. And then I think there's a couple of things we need to edit to make it completely perfect before public release. And then the public release will be happening on the 5th of February, so yeah, only 3 days, and it'll be available on both my Tumblr and Felix's Tumblr. We'll both be releasing it at the same time on both of them, so if you follow both of us, you'll have double the chance of seeing the post when it goes live. So yeah, I'm just can't believe the early access month is over. I feel like the first half of the month went so slowly. It was like, it felt like the pack had been out on early access for like 2 years or something, but it hadn't. It'd been out for like 4 days. I just remember us going, oh my god, what the hell is happening? I think we were lucky enough this time to have Deligracy do another review on it, and if you have Deligracy do a review of your content, it's just wow, such a bonus. I think Eliandra did one. I had Evelyn Sims did a review. So did there was one more. Gravy Sims. So Louise did one. I saw quite a few other. I saw another one. There's another one by a Korean simmer as well that did one. And then the one that just shooketh me was I went onto my homepage one day and I just saw a review by Little Simsy, and that one just shooketh me. That one, she became a patron, said nothing, became a patron, and then did a full-on review of the bathroom, and both myself and Felix were just like, what? So yeah, we've had quite a few larger simmers like do reviews of the bathroom, which just meant our early access month was way beyond anything we could ever imagine. Like when the kitchen happened, it was like we were shooketh, absolutely shooketh with the success of the kitchen. But kitchen. And then the bathroom came out, and it's like the bathroom, I don't think we had any expectations just because of how good the kitchen had been. And the bathroom was just like literally, you can get them emojis with like the mind blown, that's just the literal atomic bomb coming out of your forehead. Yeah, that would be us at the success of the bathroom, because I think the bathroom is a lot more modern than the kitchen. The kitchen, we kind of tried to keep it so that it could go into it was very versatile, it could go in lots of different houses. But with the bathroom, we were just like, hey, we're just going to do a set that we really, really like and we would want to use, and we didn't really think about making it super duper versatile like we did with the kitchen. So for the bathroom to be even more successful than the kitchen was just like, oh my god. So we will definitely be back quite soon. I'm just going to give you a heads up, quite soon, with another collab. None of you, not a single person, has guessed what the theme of the next collab is going to be. So if you would like to leave your guesses down below, feel free, because up to this point, it's been like, I've been talking about the next one for quite a bit and still nobody has guessed what the theme is going to be. And I'm so excited because I feel like no one would expect it from us. So I'm very excited to deliver a set of that theme, which I shall not tell you. My lips are sealed for now. But yeah, looking forward to that. Looking forward to creating my own CC now for Patreon. I think it will be like the next collab will probably be out, and then once that goes free, then I'll start doing my own Patreon. So yeah, it's a whole process. Hopefully I'll get quicker at creating CC, because I'm still a bit of a slow coach, you know? I'm still like, let me think this through for 5 years before I actually start moving my mouse. So I'm very lucky to have Felix there to help me out when it came to like collabs and now my own stuff. But yeah, we're on to the interior of this build. So I have used quite a few packs in this build, I'm not gonna lie, but hopefully you have them on console. I know you have all the packs, but hopefully you can enjoy this if you don't have all the packs. I think I would like to kind of maybe do another limited pack build. There's a small little idea I have for a a limited pack build, and it's only to throw shade at maxes. So, you know, it could be coming. I think I might want to do it as more of a kind of real-time kind of edited thingy bobby. I don't know. Let's see how it goes. Sorry, excuse me. I got a throg in my throat. But yeah, I would like to kind of on the channel do more CC free and with CC builds. I think I've really enjoyed like the past month. I think the past month on the channel has been probably my most successful month I've had so far on YouTube, and I'm really happy that kind of I can do lots of different styles here on the channel and you guys still click on the video. So one thing I know I don't want to do the same build over and over again. I know that kind of works for a lot of people. They do very similar builds and, you know, they have their market and everyone watches them because they know what kind of build they're going to get. But I kind of like the idea of you guys not knowing what build is going to come next. So I'm going to stick with that. We're going to have all different styles of builds on the channel, with CC, without CC, small ones, big ones, medium ones. Actually, I don't know about medium-sized ones. Got to say I don't know about medium size ones, but we're going to try and keep the variety here on the channel so that you guys don't get bored and I don't get bored, because there is a lot of hours that goes into YouTube. I think it's quite funny that I don't know, some people don't really realize how many hours goes into doing a YouTube video. And, you know, you think it's just the build itself, and then there's like the whole editing process and all that kind of stuff. It takes forever. But yeah, it's a big thing. So if you don't like what you're doing, I'm sure it doesn't feel too good to do a video. So I'm just glad I enjoy what I do. Do you know what? I had one of those moments the other day. If you're new here, basically I'm making the transition into doing The Sims as my full-time job. So YouTube and Patreon will be like my sole income. And the other day I had this like epiphany kind of aha life realization moment when I had finished working for the day. And it was like, I'm sure it was late at night. I'm sure it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. I just finished building. I quit my game. I stood up to go to bed and I just literally had the biggest smile on my face because I was like, oh, this is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm just so glad and happy that I have this opportunity to do this as like my full-time job. I'm just gonna say, if you have a job that you don't like right now, please do yourself a favor and put in some steps to make it that you get to do the job that you will love. And because it's an absolute pleasure to get out of my bed, roll to the end of my bed, because that's where my desk is. Roll to the end of my bed and start building for you guys. And so thank you so much for all of the support here on YouTube, on Patreon with our collabs, and any future supports that you may give on Patreon. So thank you. It's just kind of weird. Let's put it this way. I did not think, like, even a year ago, that this was a possibility. So thank you very much. And I'll stop with the feels, because I'm giving myself the feels. I'm just going to stop. We'll get back to the build. And yes, we can carry on with the interior. So this is the teenager's bedroom. Also, that poster from Strangerville, I had no idea it had those swatches. Sometimes I feel like I should just sit down and go through the Build Buy catalogue and go through all the swatches just to rediscover things, because there is so much content in the game now that I'm just like, no. I don't even know certain things exist. I don't know about you. Like, I think I discover something on most builds. I'm like, really? This is a thing? This is great. So yeah, this upstairs bit we've kind of half built into the roof, half not. But I would try to bring some of the exterior onto the interior. So we've still got the kind of shingle. Yeah, it's called shingles. We've still got the shingles on the inside. I also tried to bring in some of the paneling into some of the bedrooms as well. But this one, this teenage bedroom, I saw this is kind of girly, I suppose, if you want to be stereotypical. Kind of girly, and this one has an ensuite, so I thought this was the biggest bedroom. It should be the teenage one because it had the ensuite as well. I don't really think your little kids need ensuites, do they, these days? I don't know. I never had an ensuite in my whole entire life. Never have I. No, never had an ensuite. I'm jealous if you've grown up with an ensuite, but I don't. Just the one bathroom everyone shares. Not even the separate toilet downstairs. No, everyone just shares the same bathroom. But yeah, so there's also another bathroom for the two kids to share, but that's like in between two of the bedrooms up here. We've kind of made this landing extra play area because the bedrooms aren't really big enough to put all of this play stuff in. So for the child that I've done the bedroom for, of course they can use the activity table and all that. Unfortunately, for some reason on the like Lego block table, it says toddlers only, but toddlers can't use it. So that little nugget hasn't been corrected, and I think I remember that when I think it's from Parenthood. And as soon as it came out, it was wrong, but it still hasn't been corrected. EA, please. Oh, talking of EA, I don't know if you guys have seen on the Sims community, they reported that the CEO of Maxis basically confirmed that The Sims 5 is in development. And I'm just going to say, yes. I'm dancing that right now. Yes. I'm so excited for The Sims 5. I literally, if you saw me when, you know, the stairs update, I literally screamed and rolled when the stairs update happened. So I'm just I want you to imagine how excited I'm going to be when they actually like officially show the first like trailer or sneak peek of The Sims 5. I don't think it's going to be out for a couple of years, to be quite honest. And I think we've got a few more years of The Sims 4 as well to go. So I'm so excited to have, I would say like 2 years maybe of The Sims 4 would be my not educated guess. But yeah, we've got 2 more years of content to come out for The Sims 4. And it's none of the kind of legacy stuff that we come to expect. So I'm just excited to see what new original things can be added into the game. Of course, that survey that came out and it was asking about like ski resorts and all this kind of stuff, I'm just like, yes. It was asking about buying like a second home, renovating, was it like flipping houses or owning a second house, it's something like that. and I was just like, yes, I want to own a second house in this game. I used to love it in, what was it, World Adventures, Sims 3 World Adventures, when you could like buy your own house out in the other world. I always used to buy a house out in France. I forgot to tell you, that was like my number one place to buy a house. I don't think I bought one in any of the other worlds, but I would always build a house in France, make this massive, beautiful, stunning second home. And I think I would just end up living in France rather than living in whatever regular house I had in The Sims 3. But yeah, Sims 3, serious vibes. I can't go back to The Sims 3. I have great memories of The Sims 3, but I could personally not play it anymore because The Sims 4 has happened, so I just can't go back. It's like, you know, there's lots of people rewatch Friends, and I can't do it. I watched it the first time around, I can't watch it again, but lots of people can. But anyway, we are moving into the screenshots. Thank you so much for watching, and I will be back very, very soon, like Wednesday, you know? See you then. Bye, guys.
All alone with mixed emotions, yeah. Gotta keep my temper from running wild. Need someone to hold my horses, cause I go fast, yeah, I go hard. Wanna find some peace, so I pray to God to find a way to fix it all.